My name is Christine Waits, and I am on the board of directors for Our Daily Bread Food and Resource Center. Many of you guys there already know who we are and what we do because you have put sweat equity into this place. As you can see behind me, it's very different than when you were here pulling up trees and scouring our kitchen and breaking down walls. But for those of you who don't know about us, we are the consolidation of 4 of the major food pantries in town. The Stillwater Church of Christ, the Storehouse at First United Methodist, Lost Creek United Methodist, and Community Action. So when we open later in this summer, those 4 pantries are going to close down. We realized that if we could pool all of our resources, that we will have a lot better ability to service the people who are in need. So our plan here is a guest will walk in through our front door and they will go to one of our intake areas where they'll be assessed and figure out what the need might be, how much food we need to send home with them. Then they'll be greeted by a volunteer who will walk them through the shopping area. The volunteer is going to be trained in conversational interviewing. So they're there to help the people who might be elderly or handicapped in some way shop, but they're also there to say, what else is going on in your life? What else can we do? So at Our Daily Bread, we don't want to just be the food, we also want to be the and resources part. So what we'd like to do is be able to provide services like have legal aid here, have DHS here, have someone here who can do flu shots, be able to do classes on budgeting and credit repair and nutrition classes and that sort of thing. So we're trying to service the whole person here. Most of the pantries that are consolidating into us are faith-based operations. However, Our Daily Bread is not. We are a separate 501c3. We have absolutely no discrimination, and we are not associated with any church. We are our community-based food pantry. We have estimates about who we serve currently. The 4 major food pantries that I mentioned before serve about 550 households every single month. So a food and resource center is a new concept throughout the state of Oklahoma, and they're opening these in the different counties. And they have seen a 30 to 50% increase in the number of people they have served. I think what's really important about who we serve is it's not numbers. We don't serve numbers, we serve individuals. And you know, one time I was working at this food pantry and this gentleman came up. He was maybe 35 years old, African American. He had his wife and 2 small kids with him. And as we visited, I realized he was a really educated gentleman. And I hadn't seen him anywhere before, at any of the pantries before. And we talked for a while, and then he moved on. And when he left, I realized, you know, he never looked me in the eye. The whole time his head was down. He never looked me in the eye. And I realized that man had woken up that morning and he had to look himself in the mirror and say, I can't feed my family. I've hit a tough spot and I can't feed my family. That man, that's the reason we do this. He is our population. We are funded by a variety of different sources. To get this building built, we sought a number of foundations. The Maybe Foundation, Stillwater Elite Repeat, the Eileen Brown Foundation was a large donor, as well as the Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma. Those were our major foundations, and there are areas in the building that are going to be named after them because of that. But the coolest part is the number of $10, $20 checks that we have received from individuals who say, I'm never going to meet these people, but I want to help. And it has been extremely humbling. But the first amount of that money is going to go to renovating this space and then on for operations. So we have a voracious appetite for volunteers. In fact, if you can stick around, I'll give you a paintbrush. We're going to need to put together shelving. We're going to need to paint all the offices and all the kitchen areas. We are going to need, once we open, people to be in here. This back area is really kind of the central nervous system. So we're going to have a lot of work to be done in here with our retail recovery, which is the food that comes from Walmart and Aldi and all of those. Getting the food in the proper places, getting it weighed, sending them out, greeting guests. We need volunteers, lots of them. You know, I think one of the questions that SMAC probably has about money regarding us is, why do you need it? Because we have raised a tremendous amount of money in a very short amount of time. In order to renovate this building, which was given to us from the city of Stillwater for $1 a year, it's going to cost us a little over $1 million. And to date, we have raised that money. But we feel like that gets us to the starting line. We are approaching that starting line now, but it takes a lot of money to operate this place. It's going to cost about $200,000 every year to keep us going. We want to be involved with SMAC. We want to be in excitement and the energy and all. We want that, but more than wanting to be involved with SMAC, we are at the point where we need you. We need to get moving forward and be able to cut that ribbon with confidence. Additionally, we have naming opportunities in this building that I think, with the amount of money you guys have been able to bring in, would absolutely be possible. The two naming opportunities we have available here, right behind me, is the shopping area. I think it would be amazing to have Stillwater Makes a Change shopping area. We have the same thing for our warehouse. So if we are chosen, I would really encourage you to set a goal that high and aim for it. There are many specific projects that we really would love SMAC to wrap your hands around. This sounds funny, but we absolutely need a forklift to come in here and help us pick up all of these foods and put them where they need to go. That is very high on my list. We have the garden, the community garden, which many of you have been in there and weeded for us, that needs to be filled. That is going to be a huge project that is going to be undertaken. This is a food and resource center, and we are going to really want to bump up our and resource programming. We have classes that we are dying to teach people. They need to learn about diabetes education. They need to learn about credit repair and household budgeting, and we need program materials to give to these people. It is like trying to have a school without having books. We need that. Our teaching kitchen is in the same area of these programs. We absolutely would love to be able to have somebody come take a class about how to cook in a crock pot, how to make a healthy meal, and then be able to send them home with crock pots. Things that the resources in this building that we can do with, we need SMAC to grab a hold of these and help us help these people take their steps forward. I think the ways that SMAC could help us is limitless. I mean, we are looking for volunteers. We are looking for excitement. We want to get the word out to those people who want to volunteer. I think you guys are an amazing message sender. You know, we need people to know who we are, where we are. We need to get the money and the resources in here, and we're looking for teammates.